Apocalyptic scenes, tens of thousands on the run as homes and buildings burn to the ground.
Los Angeles is burning. With over 36,000 acres destroyed, thousands of homes reduced to ash, and lives forever changed. This is more than just a natural disaster. It's a housing and insurance crisis in the making. Today, we're diving into the devastating Los Angeles wildfires, their impact on housing, and what this means for the future of these communities. Let's break it down. The scale of the destruction. Fueled by high-speed Santa Ana winds and extreme drought conditions, the Palisades and Eaton fires have claimed over 10,000 structures and 11 lives. Entire neighborhoods, spanning multi-million-dollar mansions to modest apartments, have been wiped off the map. These fires aren't just destroying homes, they're tearing through the very fabric of Los Angeles. Communities are displaced, and the housing market is in turmoil. According to Redfin chief economist Daryl Fairweather, the fires will bring the Palisades real estate market to a standstill for now. Deals will be delayed as the extent of the damage is assessed, but homes left unscathed are expected to see activity rebound quickly. More than 30,000 Palisades residents have been evacuated, and the full impact remains uncertain. But what's clear is that areas just outside the evacuation zones, particularly those with undamaged homes, may not face long-term difficulties finding buyers. After all, the Palisades remains one of the most sought-after areas in the region. Los Angeles was already in a housing crisis before the fires. With a median home price of $1.8 million and a severe shortage of affordable housing, the displaced are now entering an impossibly competitive market. Some landlords are increasing rents by as much as 20 to 50%, with desperate families offering a year's rent upfront in cash. The unfolding rental crisis. Thousands of families have been displaced by the devastating fires sweeping across Pacific Palisades and Altadena. The destruction has sparked a region-wide scramble for housing, creating bidding wars in an already tight market. Today, we dive into the aftermath of the fires, the housing challenges for victims, and the ethical dilemmas landlords and renters now face. After losing their homes, families are desperately searching for stability, whether it's a rental, a hotel, or even a home to buy. Real estate agents describe a frenzy in the market with dozens of families competing for the same properties. But with high demand comes skyrocketing prices. Some landlords are raising rents far beyond legal limits, and desperate renters are offering a year's rent upfront in cash to secure a place for their families. The rental frenzy has also raised ethical questions. Some landlords have increased rents by 20 to 50% or more, violating California's price gouging laws, which cap rent hikes at 10% during a state of emergency. Unfortunately, landlords are getting those prices quickly because of the desperation in the market. California's Attorney General and local authorities are enforcing these price gouging protections, which can carry hefty fines or even jail time for violators. But some landlords claim ignorance of the law. The insurance problem. California's property insurance market was already in crisis. Major insurers like State Farm left the state due to wildfire risks, leaving homeowners underinsured or without coverage. Across all of California back in 2023, LendingTree found 806,600 owners without coverage out of 7.66 million residences. That's 10.5% of all homeowners. This number has only grown since 2023, given that last year State Farm alone dropped 72,000 homeowners in California due to wildfire risks. The problem of canceled policies has forced some homeowners to go without fire insurance or to use a program set up by the state called the California FAIR plan. Those policies have higher premiums than traditional private insurance plans and offer less coverage, which often means homeowners have to buy additional coverage at an even higher cost. How long could it take to rebuild? As the fires continue to burn, the question remains, what happens next? Initial estimates by experts believed the fires could cost up to $50 billion in damages. However, new estimates suggest that number is likely to exceed $135 billion to as much as $150 billion. Either way, it will be one of the costliest wildfires in U.S. history. And rebuilding could take more than a decade under current regulations. History suggests that rebuilding happens quickly in fire-affected areas. Redfin's research reveals a 595% increase in home construction within 3 years of wildfires, as local authorities often fast-track permits and prioritize rebuilding. After fires, we typically see homes being rebuilt within 4 to 6 months, whereas under normal circumstances, it might take over a year for construction to start. It's all about getting the community back on its feet. Families are deciding whether to lease for that time or buy something new now. For some, rebuilding is the only option despite the years it may take. Others are choosing to buy new homes instead, using insurance payouts for down payments. However, rebuilding often comes at a cost. New homes are typically more expensive, and homeowners often invest in fireproofing measures, driving up property values even further. Looking forward, despite these challenges, many builders remain confident in the demand for homes in high-risk areas. In fact, more people have been moving into wildfire-prone regions rather than leaving them, according to Redfin's reports. Still, experts like Jake Hertzeg, a licensed architect and property operations expert, advise caution. He suggests that urban areas like San Francisco offer safer, long-term investments compared to suburban and rural areas, which face higher wildfire risks. The resilience of California's housing market continues to amaze us, even in the face of natural disasters. While challenges persist, the rebuilding efforts and demand for homes show that these communities are determined to recover and thrive.